NFPA 70E 400.15 outlines a specific requirement for qualified personnel performing voltage testing on AC circuits. This standard focuses on ensuring safety during the process of verifying phase-to-phase or phase-to-ground conditions. The key provision within NFPA 70E 400.15 mandates that the voltage to ground at the testing location must be within the range of 30 volts and 50 volts when a qualified person closes an AC circuit for testing. This voltage range is critical for several reasons related to electrical safety and the prevention of arc flash hazards. Firstly, understanding the context of NFPA 70E is essential. NFPA 70E, which stands for the Standard for Electrical Safety in the Workplace, is a consensus standard developed by the National Fire Protection Association. It provides guidance on protecting employees from electrical hazards associated with electrical utilization. The standard addresses electrical safety requirements for workplaces necessary for the practical safeguarding of employees during activities such as the installation, operation, maintenance, and demolition of electric equipment. Secondly, the term qualified person is specifically defined within NFPA 70E. A qualified person is someone who has demonstrated skills and knowledge related to the construction and operation of electrical equipment and installations and has received safety training to recognize and avoid the hazards involved. This training includes being able to identify and differentiate exposed live parts, determining the nominal voltage of parts, and understanding the necessary approach distances and personal protective equipment requirements. Now, why the 30 volts to 50 volts range? Firstly, this range is considered a limited voltage range that minimizes the potential for dangerous arc flash events. An arc flash is an electrical explosion that occurs when a flashover of electric current leaves its intended path and travels through the air to ground or another voltage phase. These events can generate tremendous heat, intense light, and pressure waves, causing severe burns, injuries, and even fatalities. Secondly, by limiting the voltage to ground within this range during the testing phase, the likelihood of initiating and sustaining an arc flash is significantly reduced. The lower voltage reduces the energy available to create a flashover, while the upper limit ensures that the testing is still conducted at a voltage level sufficient to provide meaningful results. Thirdly, the requirement to test phase-to-phase or phase-to-ground conditions is fundamental in electrical work. This type of testing is performed to verify that the electrical system is functioning as intended and that there are no unintended voltage differences between phases or between phases and ground. These voltage differences could indicate faults in the system, such as insulation breakdown, loose connections, or ground faults. Fourthly, the act of closing an AC circuit to test these conditions involves connecting a test instrument, such as a voltmeter or multimeter, to the circuit. This connection has the potential to create a path for current to flow, and if the voltage is too high or the circuit is improperly grounded, it could lead to an arc flash or other electrical hazards. Fifthly, it is crucial to emphasize that this testing should only be performed by qualified personnel who have the necessary training and experience to safely work with electrical equipment. These individuals should be proficient in the use of test equipment, understand the principles of electrical safety, and be able to recognize and avoid potential hazards. Sixthly, compliance with NFPA 70E 400.15 also involves the use of appropriate personal protective equipment or PPE. Depending on the voltage level and the potential for exposure to electrical hazards, qualified personnel may be required to wear arc-rated clothing, gloves, eye protection, and other protective gear. This PPE is designed to protect the worker from the thermal and electrical hazards associated with arc flashes and other electrical events. Seventhly, it's important to note that NFPA 70E is not a legally mandated standard in all jurisdictions. However, it is widely recognized as the industry best practice for electrical safety, and many employers and regulatory agencies adopt its guidelines to ensure worker safety. Eighthly, in addition to the specific voltage range requirement, NFPA 70E also includes other provisions related to voltage testing. These provisions address issues such as the proper grounding of equipment, the use of insulated tools, and the establishment of safe work practices. Ninthly, the overall goal of NFPA 70E is to create a safe working environment for employees who work with or near electrical equipment. By providing clear guidelines and requirements, the standard helps to reduce the risk of electrical injuries and fatalities. Tenthly, to properly interpret and apply NFPA 70E 400.15, it is essential to consult the full text of the standard and any relevant interpretations or clarifications issued by NFPA. The standard is updated periodically to reflect changes in technology and best practices, so it is important to use the most current edition. 11thly, employers have a responsibility to provide their employees with the necessary training and resources to comply with NFPA 70E. This includes providing access to the standard, conducting regular safety training, and ensuring that employees have the appropriate PPE and tools. 12thly, furthermore, NFPA 70E works in conjunction with other safety standards and regulations, such as those issued by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration or OSHA. OSHA often references NFPA 70E as a recognized source of guidance on electrical safety, and compliance with NFPA 70E can help employers meet their OSHA obligations. 13thly, to summarize, NFPA 70E 400.15 requires that when a qualified person closes an AC circuit to test phase-to-phase or phase-to-ground conditions, the person shall test at a location where the voltage to ground is between 30 volts and 50 volts. This requirement is designed to reduce the risk of arc flash and other electrical hazards during voltage testing. 14thly, this is a critical aspect of ensuring worker safety in electrical environments. Therefore, it is essential for employers and employees to understand and comply with this provision of the standard.